Hello, this video is for Friday, June 19. Today we're going to be reading Exodus chapter 32. There's a link to that passage in this video's description, so go ahead and read the passage and then come back and we'll talk about it for a little bit. This chapter teaches us quite a bit about the way us humans work. Here are the Israelites, God's people, whom He's recently set free from slavery in Egypt. God's shown them His power again and again, not only in rescuing them, but by providing for their needs in the desert, by giving them His instructions for life with Him, and revealing His power by shaking Mount Sinai. And now the Israelites decide that they're going to start doing things their way. They kind of just forget about God's instructions. They don't maybe throw off God altogether, but they say, you know what, we're going to worship God the way we want. We want to build this statue of a calf, and we want to think about God the way we want. And in a sense, even if they don't say this, they're starting to worship something other than God. They're starting to worship a God of their own design. And God is understandably not happy about this. And God brings judgment, punishment on the people. But at the same time, we see that even though God deserves to just be done with the Israelites altogether because they have totally shown ingratitude for all that God has done, God is patient. You know, Moses talks to God on the people's behalf, and God says, okay. You know, He's going to continue to work with the people. He's going to continue to carry out His plans. And we work the same way as God's people did thousands of years ago. God does things for us, and we maybe thank Him, but then we ignore Him after a while. We go back to trying to do things our way. We try to live for ourselves and not for God. But God keeps on dealing with us, keeps being patient with us. And unlike God's people before Jesus, we don't even fear God's punishment. Because God sends Jesus to take the punishment for our sins. So God isn't going to punish us anymore. We may still live with consequences of our bad actions, but God isn't out to strike us down. He offers us forgiveness. He calls us to turn back to Him. And He offers to help us in living for Him as we should. So even though we can be sinful, we are sinful and ungrateful, God still loves us. God still works with us. God still is trying, God still calls us back to Him and continues His work of making us like Jesus. That's what I thought about when I read today's passage. I'd love to hear what you thought about if you're willing to share in the comments. Otherwise, thanks again for watching.